Hey guys, so why does AI art not really seem to work most of the time? I did a little paper about this the other day. Not a paper. I did a little write up about a paper that talked about this math and the math of it, but I want to do a little thing about what I think the math is saying and what I think the paper's saying. So here's a little person, right? This is an artist, and the artist is going through stuff. Goes through things, right? And that's what this is. This is going through stuff. It's like a little recycle arrow. And then the artist gets an idea, right? And then the artist decides, hey, I want to make something. So they go, they get a brush or a DAW or a guitar or something, and they start to transfer that idea into the work. And this transfer comes from every every stroke they're doing is informed by that experience that they had. And so they end up with a piece of work that is informed by that experience. This is all the experience embedded in the work. And it has luminance. This is the light coming off. That's the luminance. This says luminance. I know it doesn't look like it, but it does. That luminance of that work comes from that experience, right? Now, if we go take an AI artist, it's another human, just like anybody else, and they go through stuff just like anybody else. And then they go through stuff and they have an idea, just like anybody else, right? Great. And then they go to a computer. And what an AI artist might say, or what one might expect them to say, is that, well, it's a same or similar thing. You type a prompt. This is them putting a prompt into the computer, and that prompt carries a signal of the experience and the idea that they went through, and then that goes into the LLM, and then the model puts out a work. Now, that's not exactly what's happening. The experience does go into the idea. That happens. But then the model, it runs from trading data, meaning the style and the creation of the actual artifact isn't informed by this original idea. It's informed by, it's borrowing its luminance from this one, not the original creator. So what happens is there's like this haze of like training data of other people's style and data from the past that the AI artist is trying to put embed into this work, but it's kind of just going through this haze, and so it doesn't really get to the art, and so the art doesn't really have luminance. The artist is still standing there with their idea still in them, and then presenting this artifact that has a representative uh, kind of shadow of an idea, but it doesn't actually have the embedded luminance because the bits that create the artifact are informed by this training data. And so it's not carrying the original signal of that original creator's idea. That's not what's happening. So you can tell by when you see, say, like when you see a joke online about when someone says they post an original Basquiat and they say it's AI and people get all mad. But the joke doesn't work unless it actually is a real Basquiat, because you can actually refer to a video proving the work that Basquiat actually did to create the work, because it carries the original value. So I hope that makes sense. I know this is messy. What do you think?